Welcome back to our podcast. Today we're going to be talking about how what we eat affects how we feel. My name's Ali.
My name's Jordan.
My name's Duffy.
My name's Grace.
So today we're going to be talking about how our diet affects our mental health and our physical well-being.
And to start our conversation, here's a very shocking statistic. About 1 in 5 children aged 2 to 15 in Northern Ireland are considered overweight.
That is 20% of children and young people. Why do you think that is?
If we look at where we live right now, there's numerous streets here in our city where it is literally just Chinese food shops, sell very unhealthy stuff, and they're advertising it. I understand that people that earn a living, but if you look at it as well, is that where they are based, is that that also can have effect on why there's so much. Like there's lots of different places where have Chinese or Indians or any type of takeaway or bad or unhealthy food areas there as well.
William Street. You walk up William Street, and you couldn't count the amount of takeaways in William
I
Street.
know,
Actually,
there's
you can't count the amount of and they're popping up every day. But here's the reason is they're easy to run, and everybody will want the Chinese at least once a week, and that's the issue. Everybody, people for years it's always been you get a takeaway on a Friday. Oh, we'll have a takeaway on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. And you know what? What's the point in making? You know what? We will still get the takeaway on Friday because there's the family tradition. But they're ignoring the fact you've had a takeaway Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that it just adds up over time. And even the money aspect of takeaways. Oh Lord, a pizza has jumped.
A lot of people
Oh my
don't think about that, about the prices of it. They think, that's good with daily. They don't actually think of what they're doing. If you add it all up, you're completely
If
right.
I get Just Eat Plus, I get the delivery free.
Aye.
But you're like,
But you don't.
you're still paying £40 for food. Like,
Yeah, and while we're on the aspect of money as well, like you would see like a small bar of chocolate there, like $1.50. They would be about this, nearly the same price as like a bar 3 times that, which would be like what, $1.95. And so like more people would go towards like buying the bigger bar just because it's more stuff for your money. It's the same with multi-packs and stuff as well. Multi-packs would be cheaper than buying like the same amount of packs separately.
Jordan, I think you're right. Like bigger size chocolate bars are you're getting more for your money, but I think it is good that you can buy some and give yourself a wee treat, like maybe one once a day or once every 2 days instead of eating it all at once, so then it's balanced out.
We're not here to say you shouldn't go have a takeaway. We're not here to shame anybody or anything like that. We're not sitting here all saints.
I'm not, but you think I'm sitting here and I haven't had a chippy. I had a chippy last night. I had rockets
We're
last
not.
night.
We're not saints. We're not saying you should be doing that because we have done it. We're not saying we haven't. Everybody have at some stage in their life, but we're just saying that it's also not just a wake up call for us, but for everybody else. We're learning from what all of us are talking about as well. We're not saying it's, of course it is okay to have a treat. That's one of the big points it is, but just think about it a bit more.
If you want to have your takeaway on a Friday, just make sure you're not having a takeaway on a Tuesday. Just meal plan what you're going to have. Let's say you're going to go on a Monday morning. You're like, what am I going to have all week? You just go through you go for your fridge is what we do. We go for our fridge. We plan what we're going to have for the week, and then we eat it. And then guess what? Even though we have a plan for what we're having on Friday, takeaway gets bought, and there's just how it goes. You do not don't get so hyper focused on what you're eating because you'll just ruin yourself.
Yes.
But what you have to do is you have to just understand what you're eating. Be like, I've had this much chicken, I've had this much blah, and you're like, I'll have a fish, I'll have a what, I'll have a blah. Just don't. It's all about making a choice yourself. Nobody can boss you around what you're going to do, what you eat. It's just about the matter of deciding for yourself what is good for you, because nobody else knows your metabolism or what you're eating. It's you.
Don't be too conscious by thinking, I can't have that because I was too many of this or that. Yes, think about it, but don't be too over, because I know people can be very self-conscious about what to eat, also their body weight as well. So don't be too much thinking into one food that that will be a treat or will not be a treat. Don't be thinking too much into it.
Back to what you're saying, Duff, about the meal plans as well. It would be easier for, if you have a meal plan as a kid, it would be easier to carry that on into adult life as well, because you're already used to what you're doing. And I'd say it would be better.
Well, something that pops into my mind is special needs children. Special needs children is the numbers are increasing in Northern Ireland. And I think as well when it comes to special needs children that they eat only certain foods and the certain foods may be food considered unhealthy for them. It also has a big impact because every child is different and is also influenced not just by what they like but by children around them as well, which is also a big thing when it comes to not just special needs children but any type of children.
Yeah, I agree. Because like I have an autistic brother myself, and he sort of like he started off with like only eating like quavers and onion rings for his lunch because that was what he liked and what he remembered and recognized. But now he's starting to venture out into more different foods, and I'm very happy about that because he's not been getting the proper nutrition, honestly. So it's sort of getting better for him. But it could be more concerning and more serious for other parents because like they might like have a complete like breakdown if they don't have what they recognize. It's all about location as well.
Yeah. I would say my brother's also autistic, and I'm just saying that from what I know from him. He's 11 now, but he goes to school. He goes to special needs school, and
Same.
he would only eat certain things in school, and but he would eat at home. I think that's something to do with the area around him, but also is that school, school, you do new things. So it means it has made that you can try new things as well, which I think is great for him because in the house he doesn't do that. If he doesn't get his way or he doesn't get whatever type of foods he would like to eat, I would say in his life he only eats at least maybe 5, 6 types of food and that's it. And he's just like, I'm not saying he's different, but in terms of eating, that is something that he is different.
Yeah.
I would agree with what I call Grace and Jordan on the what people with special needs do sometimes. They're like very picky in their diets, but there's also a problem with irresponsible parents who aren't like truly caring about what their kids eating. Like there is sometimes where I understand coming home from work and ordering a takeaway and just to feed the way because you're fresh off work, but there's also parents who just only eat takeaways or only eat out of like Iceland or wherever they can get their hands on. And it isn't nothing's being made in the house and they're not getting anything fresh. But that can go to like all social, what I call economics, and how it is one of the more we live in one of the more poor parts of the United Kingdom, and the city side especially is one of the most impoverished parts of the what I call United Kingdom. That has led to a lot of people being unhealthy in their diets due to just not having the money to afford cleaner, fresher alternatives to what is in most shops and stores. But like even with that, like special needs parents do have the issue where children have picky diets, and it's better to feed them something than nothing. But like the great thing to do would be put something else on the plate. So even if they are just, let's say they only like eating sausages, you put like spuds on the plate, maybe beans. It's on the plate. They might not touch it the first few times, but eventually they might decide to try it, and that will just help with their diet, leading them just only eating one thing every single day. Because variety is really what you need in a good diet. Well, if you're eating like one, even if you eat one apple every single day of your life, you're not going to be healthy. You're not getting all of what you need in your diet. So just introducing it to what I call like your child can help with what I call fixing their diet.
For most people, if they start like young and they like they eat their green vegetables and obviously they still treat themselves every once in a while, like maybe a wagon wheel every now and again. But like, what?
I love a wagon, but like, it's like riding a bike. Like once you learn to ride a bike when you're young, you don't forget how to ride a bike. You're going to be rusty on it, but when you get older, you've learned how to eat well. Like if you start your day and you have a bowl of porridge, I eat that there. While it's not going to while the energy is going to hit you as fast, you're not going to feel it instantly. Throughout the day, you're going to have more energy. Well, if you have like an energy drink or something and you throw that back and you go do something, after about an hour, maybe 2 or 3, you're going to crash. You're going to have no energy, and you're going to be looking for another one, which is when people start getting addicted to things like energy drinks.
So here's another shocking statistic, right? Only about 1 in 6 children in Northern Ireland will have met their 5 a day fruit and veg portions.
Healthy balanced diet does help you boost keeps your mood up, and it also helps you how to focus and concentrate, and also your sleep. It doesn't affect your sleep as much as your unhealthy or unbalanced diet.
Yeah. So there is like health problems associated with unhealthy eating, such as like obesity and diabetes.
It's good to have that sense of awareness from a young age when it comes to healthy eating, which could help you later on in life prevent any medical issues or illnesses.
We interviewed a nutritionist to find out more about healthy eating. So Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Brian. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. I feel very privileged to get talking to yourselves. So hopefully we have a nice wee conversation that's a bit of fun between us all.
Our nutrition can energise us, it can promote performance, it can help our mood, which is very important as well, and help us sleep better, believe it or not. You know, you wouldn't think that nutrition would do that. And good for our skin as well. So all these different sections of this Eat Well guide brings different nutrition to the party, and it really helps our systems work to the best that they can, and we get the best out of it as well. So it's very important, and it's nice to have a guide that we can go by. So this is really the tools of my trade as a nutritionist. So it's kind of a coach between that and getting it through to people what way we need to eat healthily, when we need to, you know, not all the time. We have to have wee breaks, and that's natural. That's, you know, that's just part of life. I wouldn't like to think that somebody told me I couldn't have a bit of chocolate for the rest of my life. It wouldn't be very nice, wouldn't it not? So at the minute I work for the Western Trust, and I lead a project called Diabetes Prevention. I'm sure you've heard all about diabetes and diabetes prevention. So when clients are referred into me, they're kind of at a very early stage. Their sugar levels is slightly higher than what is normal. Sometimes it is referred to as glucose. So that is really not a bad thing when you get that test and you're told that your sugar levels is a wee bit higher, because it gives you a chance then to look at your life, what your behaviours are. You know, am I eating too many carbohydrates? Am I eating too much chocolate? Am I drinking too much fizzy drinks? And it's a time to reflect and think, well, maybe I'll start taking some of this stuff out of my diet. I don't have to have a fizzy drink maybe every day. I don't have to have that wee bar of chocolate every afternoon. I might try and have it every other afternoon. So what you're doing over a period of time is changing a habit.
So do you have any advice how to balance a busy life schedule with meal prepping?
The very important word here would be planning. You know, when you think of it, you know, if you get up and it's just you do things spontaneously, you mightn't get the result that you want. And when you have a busy schedule in your life, you know, you're getting up and you've this to do and that to do, in the evening you're going somewhere else. But I suppose the way that you should really think is, you know, nutrition is going to help me. I might like sports, I might like dancing, so I would like to have the best nutrition that I can have. So in order to do that, I have to make a plan or make a schedule, and that would kind of come from developing good habits as well. So thinking about maybe, you know, I will help my parents or whoever's looking after me to buy the food at the weekend and think, well, I'm going to have this on lunch on Monday. I'm going to be away somewhere Tuesday, so maybe I'll bring a banana or something that's going to keep me going. So you're thinking and you're planning, and Monday's going to be like this and Tuesday's going to be like this, and so on. And then if you do that over a period of time, that becomes a habit, and then you just do it naturally.
So why is a healthy diet alone not enough? What would be the benefits of exercise along with a healthy diet?
It is important, and it will always be important that we feed our bodies the proper nutrition that it needs. If we continuously eat what sits on the outside of the Eat Well guide, which is no shock really, it's food that's high in fat and salt and sugar, it doesn't sustain us. We need more than that. But not only that, if we're doing that, we also need to move, because that's the full package. So we bring energy in through our foods, and depending on what we choose. And if we don't expend that energy, if we don't use it, and we use that by moving or doing physical activity or any of those things, that means our bodies, they're so clever. Our bodies is really, really remarkable pieces of work. And that has a mechanism to turn that extra calorie into a fat and store it.
So thank you for all your advice, Carol. It was really useful, and thank you for coming to chat with us today.
Now, it does take a while to feel the benefits of healthy eating, but you just have to stay with it. Consistency is key when maintaining your body.
Oh yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us on this episode. And next episode we'll be looking at how we can take control of what we're eating and what we can do to change things. See you next time.
Bye.